Kyuniki is just kind of still kind of sleeping. Um, oh man. Of course, Kyuniki is he's he's kind of a nerd. He knows a lot about the mechanoids. It's kind of crazy. Oh jeez. Keith here is actually kind of a lazy jerk. Doug and Kuniki already don't like him too much because he's not really pulling his own weight. Keith, of course, he has all these stories about servants and stuff, and Kuniki's like, yeah, dude, that's really not cool, actually. Yeah, and Keith is like, what? But having servants was awesome. So he's like, no way, Doug, come on, tell me. Servants are cool, right? And Doug's like, nah, dude, please just go away. And Keith's like, fine, I'm just gonna go down here and keep building. Kid's just gonna, keep working, shaking his head. He's gonna kind of dodge Keith a little bit. Even though he has to walk right by him anyway, he walked all the way around the tree to come into the building area. Wow. Keith, you are not making any friends. You have to live with these guys. You really should be a little bit nicer to them. Of course, Kuniki here is the crack shot. He has the Lee Enfield rifle, which is kind of cool. Oh, look, it's getting like foggy. Wow. Okay. We really want this to get finished being built. It doesn't look like... Oh, look at that. He actually made the power lines. And he's putting down the conduit walls. Very nice. What is this? Wood conduit? Why does it look like... Okay, that is wood. I thought it looked like stone at first. I'm gonna watch Kuniki here a little bit. Oh man, see, this is what I mean by the game. It's gonna be just a little bit slower paced than you're used to. We're just watching a little group of dudes just trying to, eke out an existence on this crazy Rimworld that they crashed on. They were on their way to a convention. Oddly enough, Kuniki, Keith, and Doug are all fans of the same comic book series, and they were in a fan club. They hadn't really ever met each other before this point. But they were on a space bus. They were in crypto sleep because it was going to be a long journey. But it was the invitations for this convention, the space convention on Alpha Ceti, went out about a decade in advance because they know that people are going to be coming from all over the universe. So Keith, Kuniki, and Doug all met up at the station. Of course, all they knew about each other up until this moment in time was that they were all fans of Super Space Mask Man, the ultimate, in their opinion anyway, the ultimate space superhero. I'm not gonna remember the superhero name. He's just Space Mask Man. Keith, Kuniki, and Doug are all Space Mask Man. They're all wearing their Space Mask Man t-shirts. It's actually kind of embarrassing. If anybody actually comes by and sees them, they're going to be like, oh, hey, we found these, right? Because they're nerds. And Doug here, he was, he used to, well, actually, oh, you can speed up, slow down time. Yes, I'm not going to, though, thank you. I'm talking about my colonists while they're working. Jeez, leave me alone, game. I got this. Doug, he thinks he's a rugby player, but the rugby player whose personality he took on, of course, his favorite comic book ever, Space Mask Man. Kuniki, he was a mechanoid nerd, of course. Space Mask Man deals a lot with the mechanoids, either fighting with them or against them in various situations, and that is why Kuniki here is really into Space Mask Man. And Keith was read Space Mask Man when he was a little kid by a bunch of his servants, and even as a Luddite rebel, it's the reason why he didn't want to become part of the hive mind. It's because they had shot down his idea to incorporate Super Mask Man into their hive mind, and he just wasn't down with that. So there you have it. They were on their way to a convention where they were all part of a fan club for Super Mask Man, or I'm sorry, Space Super Mask Man. Space Super Mask Man was their hero, and they're all wearing Space Super Mask Man shirts. Oh, look at this. They have the generator up and running. The building isn't completed yet. The social hall over here. Keith, what are you doing? Keith is doing nothing. Keith, you lazy son of a bitch. Why are you just... Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought, Keith. You and your stupid, nerdy Space Super Mask Man shirt can just chop down a tree. Doug is going to keep planting these plants because he's like, I want, we're going to need food. We only have 18 survival meals. Okay, they have a lot of survival meals, but still. Whoa, where did Kuniki go? Oh, there he is. Kuniki, what are you doing? Oh shit, dude. That's cool. He's carrying some metal to the stockpile. That's nice. Thanks, bro. That's really awesome. It looks like we need more wood before we can build. So, of course, some other tasks are going to get done while the wood is chopped by the laziest son of a bitch in the whole colony, Keith. Nothing is going to get chopped if Keith is left in charge of the wood chopping. Is there a way I can fix this? Who else can, I see. Keith is the only one set to cut plants. So we're actually just kinda... Oh, actually, this is my growing guy, isn't it? No? Yes, this is my growing guy. But it's okay, he'll grow first. So, everybody needs to cut trees at the moment. This is a temporary increase in the production of tree cutting. Oh man, look at that. We have been here for a couple days. Of course, they say it's January 2nd. It might not actually be January 2nd, but when we landed, it wasn't Doug. Keith here was like, I'm in charge, guys. I'm the oldest, and I was a lord, and I am telling you that on this planet, it is January 1st. And Kuniki was like, whatever, dude. I don't really care. And Doug was like, cool. Is there any rugby? Are there any rugby pitches around here where we can play some rugby? Need meal source. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have a nutrient paste dispenser soon enough. As soon as the social hall gets built. Of course, the power getting over here will be dependent on the social hall being finished, because then I can just run a wire off of here, zoop, right here. In fact, I could just put it down right now, even though it won't do anything. See? That was easy. Of course, this is not a very defensible place yet, but they haven't really thought of that yet. Home regions, tell your colonists which areas to clean, where to extinguish fires. Yeah, I know. Thanks help system. The help system actually is very helpful for when you're first starting out. I am, however, not first starting out. But I'm not exactly playing very cautiously either. I'm actually role-playing this one a bit. They're not thinking about defenses yet. They're not considering that pirates or mechanoid creatures could come attack them at any time, or animals would go crazy. They're just like, oh, whatever. We're just gonna, we just need to build a place to live, and hopefully someone can save us. They're not, too pessimistic about getting off of this rock still. I mean, they still have to make do, of course. Kuniki is gonna get right to building the social hall, while Doug finishes planting the potato fields. And Keith is gonna Now, geez, look at how slow he is at building stuff. Well, at least you're getting your hands dirty, Keith. You are taking a step in the right direction, and that is all that matters. Kuniki does not want to be near Keith, so he's gonna start building power lines. Keith's like, dude, we haven't even finished, the room yet. And he's like, Kuniki's like, I don't care. The power goes from the generator to this line, so if I finish this, we will have power in our room. And Keith's like, okay, cool, let me help. And Kuniki just kind of groans and, fine, whatever, dude. Whatever you want to do, you can help if you want. I don't care. I'm gonna put a lamp. I need to zoom in a little bit so I can see. I'm gonna put a lamp like right here in the corner, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Keith and Kuniki. Kuniki is kind of having second thoughts about thinking that Keith was a complete, worthless shit. They're now having a conversation about, believe it or not, Space Super Mask Man. As it turns out, they both actually know quite a bit about the comic book series, and actually have the exact same issue, number 71. The issue where Space Super Mask Man brings down the evil laser robot lord of Gungus 5. And, that's just hands down the best comic book ever. Number 71. Doug, of course, does not agree. He thinks it's number 52, but he's just kind of keeping it to himself as he plants. No, he didn't keep it to himself. He was like, dude, you guys are so wrong. It's actually, comic 52. And Kuniki and Keith are like, they just run back over here to laugh, and they're like, Doug doesn't know what he's talking about. Comic number 71. Definitely the best. Oh man, holy shit. Kuniki and Keith are actually getting along really well. I am surprised. I did not think that anyone would like Keith, but it seems like he's trying. It seems as if, having been, a rebel back in his day, kind of exposed him to a bit rougher life than the Lord's life, and he... Uh-oh. Doug's trying to start shit with Keith. Doug, come on. Don't try to start an argument just because he is a bit of a douche. Kuniki understands him. Kuniki is like, I get you, Keith. You are not all that bad. You try. Doug, of course, is just, I see right through that shit, Keith. Keith is just ignoring him. He's like, nah, man, I'm not gonna rise to the bait. Holy shit. Nope, now Doug's talking shit to Kuniki. Doug has ended up being the one that people don't really like too much. He has the social skills of a 5-year-old. And he thinks he is a rugby player. Not only does he think he is a rugby player, but he thinks that he is actually missing out on games with his team right now, and has really kind of annoyed Kuniki to the point that he's like, you know what, Keith is the dude to talk to. Hey Keith, what's up? Oh, nothing much, man, just hauling stuff. Cool, man, I think I'm gonna help you out over here. Doug's kind of a douche. Doug doesn't care. He has the mind of a rugby player in a virtual reality game, which is not actually very complex. And he's kind of happy doing anything. I mean, look at this. We have him. Where is it? Right here. See, he's just kind of happy. That's what this little fire means. He's passion. He has a little bit of passion about it, or he would if he did it. He just kind of has a little bit of a passion for everything. He's incapable of being social because, like I said, he has the social skills of a 5-year-old. Sorry, I kind of knocked my mic there for a moment. That's what that sound was, in case you were wondering. Oh, hey, look. It's a wild boar. Well, you might be in for a rough time because you could become food someday pretty soon. Oh, look at this. The crops are coming along nicely. Good job there, Doug, who thinks he's a rugby player. This is kind of coming together, I guess. Holy shit. Hell yeah, this is coming together. I really like this place. You can quickly dismiss incoming letters by right-clicking them. Can I right-click you too? No? Fine. Does that mean I'm about to get something in the inbox over here? No? Come on, Kuniki. Keith, hurry up and finish the social hall so we can build the other rooms so you guys can stop sleeping together in this room here. I guess it's fine. This really needs to get done first. Oh man, Doug, you are really taking a long time. He's just sitting over here daydreaming. You know, he's just sitting here daydreaming about playing rugby and planting plants. Kuniki is chopping down a tree. Keith is eating. Wow, Keith, you are. And Kuniki just kind of shakes his head like, come on, Keith, what are you doing? And Keith's like, sorry, man, I'll get back to work. And there he goes, back to work. Wow, Kuniki is actually whipping Keith in shape. Oh, man. Well, I think this is a good point to stop recording for now. Wow. This was I really enjoyed recording this. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed recording it, because this is definitely going to be a series that I do from time to time on my channel. The first one here, of course, is the current build, and once whatever happens to this colony, which does not have a name yet, but might eventually. You know, good old Keith and... Oh, I'm sorry. Good old Keith and Kuniki, who get along, and Doug, who is crazy, thinks he's a rugby player in a video game, doesn't understand really what's going on, so they just have him on planting duty. Yeah. I have been Ruckus. This has been the, as of yet, unnamed colony on the world whose name I don't remember, but that's fine. Actually, can I get the name of the world right here? Ah, look at this. I think I can get the name of the world right here. On the world of Faum. Have a good one, guys.